Hello, everybody, and welcome to another 10 Forward Weekly. I am your host, Mike Fadum, also known as Ambassador Kel. I am your community manager as well. And we are here on a fabulous new stream with my often partner in crime, Mr. Jeremy Randall.
Hello.
Say hello, Bordicus.
Hello.
Look directly into the screen and say, I will make all ships 5-4 from now on. No, I'm just kidding.
5-4?
5-4, yeah. I'm upping it.
Not make ships a 5-4.
It was a Freudian slip. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful week. I have way too much headroom on this camera, and it looks weird. That's better. Today we
now
are.
You've got a bit of that Dutch angle going.
Yeah.
Batman angle.
What's up? Notice how I'm casually leaning on my desk. Hello, Star Trek fans. Today we are revealing a ship that is coming very soon to the Infinity Lockbox on PC. I asked you on Twitter and Facebook what y'all thought the ship was going to be, and none of you guessed it. Yes!
Gotcha.
Wow! Now I'm pulling this back up so I can sit up a little bit. It's just going to be a stream of me adjusting my camera, apparently. So without further ado, let me show you a ship that I'm sure you'll never forget. Ladies and gentlemen, the United Earth Defense Force vessel. This is from the season 3 of Star Trek Discovery. It was the ship that appeared to defend Earth, it is it's kind of a looming tower in space, probably full of. It actually kind of feels a little 40K-ish with all the like toweriness of it, with the like
that a little bit cathedral-esque.
Yeah, a little bit cathedral-esque.
I've also heard it called the Tooth.
The tooth, the giant tooth. I like that.
We're gonna make no excuses, no apologies. It's a weird-looking ship.
It's a very strange-looking ship.
You're gonna like it. Yeah.
I've been calling it Barbar for the last week. Because it definitely, somebody was thinking about an elephant when they made this ship, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Big trunk, big ears.
Yeah. Orangina says that ship says, "Kill me." No, it's fine. It's a weird looking ship, but it's an interesting design, which is nice.
Yeah. I think it's good to have these every once in a while in the Star Trek IP, something that just stands out and says, aliens exist. In this case, it's Earth.
Earth aliens, but once they went away from the Federation, they were like, we are going to move as far away from that ship design as humanly possible.
All right, guys, we're out of the Federation. Let's get weird.
Yeah, it's like those kids that they move out of their home and then they immediately like dye their hair and start like gothing out just to be like, I'm different now.
Yeah, it's not a phase.
Yeah. But it's a very cool ship. It's very pretty. It's got these, what I can only assume are solar panels up here. I really like, you can kind of see it in the darkness down here, just the like glittering windows in the in-between space on the tooth. It just really feels like, it kind of feels like an administration ship. I know it was there to defend Earth, but it really feels like the kind of ship that would like. And I think that's why I'm thinking 40K, because like it's got like all the defenses it needs to defend Earth, but then normally it's like an office building with like 300 Capitol workers on each floor, doing number crunching.
Yeah, looking at the interior there, it gives it kind of a skyscraper feel.
Yeah. Someone asked what the windows see. The windows see other windows. Duh. Mm-hmm. No, these are Starfleet, or not Starfleet. These are United Earth Defense Force hyper windows, so they can see through the ship because they're different space technology.
Mm-hmm. From the 32nd century.
Yeah.
So, super high tech.
Someone was asking what this ship was called. This is the United Earth Defense Force vessel. That is its official class designation. Isn't that right, Jeremy?
That is correct.
Or as I have been occasionally calling it this week, the UDIF.
UDIF.
Mm-hmm.
UEDF vessel.
Yeah.
For kind of short. It's a weird ship when we start to talk about the actual design of it too. Like well, maybe we should segue.
Yeah, I think we should segue. Unfortunately, the person who modeled the ship, Mo, was not able to make it. He has since moved to the East Coast, and so anytime I'm like, "Hey, can you come to a stream at 7:30 at night your time?" He's like, "No."
No.
And if I had more advance warning on that, I would have called Thomas in here to give us an analysis, but it's too late now.
We actually, so speaking for the art perspective a little bit, we did have some really great reference, both from the effects house and from CBS Concept for this ship, which actually we took a few elements of each to turn it into our final design. There's some on-screen discrepancies that we decided to ignore.
Pick which one we liked best and go for it.
Yeah. But that happens with a lot of ships, especially ones that are used in a single episode, as this one was.
A couple of different models get pulled. Someone was asking if there's cetacean ops. Yes, it's right there. Yep. Do you remember what the discrepancies were that we changed?
There's one scene where it's flying in a different direction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but only part of the ship is so you see how there's a set of upper wings, you might call them, and then the lower pods.
Yeah.
In one shot, they're flying with the upper wings facing the other direction, but the pods are still facing that direction.
Okay. So somebody just went rotate, flip. This is probably right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So this is the orientation that we saw in the concept art, and we decided to stick with it.
I have seen some stuff that I can't talk about, but that involves some of the shapes of this ship that I thought were really interesting. But that's for after November 18th for all of us to find out together.
Is that when this comes out?
No. No, November 18th is the release date of Season 4 of Star Trek Discovery, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm out of the loop there. I'm still catching up on Prodigy. I got one more episode to watch.
Oh, Prodigy is so good.
It's really nice. Yeah.
Anyway, so I was right on that. Yep, November 18th.
Going into the design of this ship.
Yeah, so, let's talk about it.
We also decided to get weird. Taking a look at the ship, there was no clear indication as like, what should we do with this? So deciding what to do with it was kind of an open, like just an open book, a blank page. But we also knew that the general look and feel of the ship was going to take some people off guard, take some getting used to. So we decided to go weird for the sake of appeal, was where I basically landed with it. So the ship does a few things that we very rarely do and are very unique for ships in Star Trek Online, primarily being that it has two separate commander rank bridge officer seats, one of which is universal, giving the ship a huge amount of versatility.
So
the other one
tell you what those all are right now. We've got Commander Pilot. Commander Universal, Pilot. Commander Tactical Command. I always forget which part of it's supposed to be looking at. Lieutenant Commander Engineering Command and Lieutenant Science.
Mm-hmm. So because it's got dual commanders, it has fewer seats overall, or fewer individual separate seats, but it's still 13 total.
Total powers.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. 13 total powers, but not split up as much. It is dual command, which is another thing that we don't do a lot of. That gives you a lot of versatility for how to use your command seating on the ship. Under the hood, it's exposed in the mastery path, but the ship is technically a warship in terms of its mastery path. It can use cannons. It's a tactical primary, but it's also really weird. Just to call it a warship is not accurate.
It's got to be nice to take something like this and be able to use it as let's get weird with it. Let's do something crazy.
Yeah. So that's basically what we did. It's technically a tactical primary ship, but it has so much versatility because of that second commander seat, and really leans into its command capabilities as well. So I think that there's a lot of interesting things you could potentially do with this ship. Yeah. Overall.
Yeah, Neos 472 actually has it right on the money. 4 buffs is a restriction, but then the flexibility is amazing. So you lose a little bit. You lose an ensign that you can tuck 1 power on, but you gain a lot more flexibility on the powers and things you can put on this sucker.
Yep.
I just flipped through the mastery package on this. Someone was asking, but it's precise weapon systems, enhanced weapon banks, devastating weaponry, and enhanced weapon systems again.
It's the same as you'll get with a destroyer or a warship.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's take her out and put her through her paces.
Somebody was asking about size. I think that'll be a little bit evident when we start flying it. But when when I was setting up the stats before the costume was ready, I was told, and I think it's pretty accurate, that the Iconian battleship, not the Dreadnought, but the battleship, is about similar in terms of height and overall mass.
When I was making the cutscene, I had to use the large cutscene to make the cutscene for the ship, so it's pretty big.
It's probably larger than you might expect, given its shape. And we had to do quite a bit of tuning of the bank angle, which we frequently have to do with vertical ships to kind of make sure that it still looks like it has the appropriate amount of mass when it's turning through space.
Somebody had said, you can't handle the tooth, and I'm going to need all of you to be screaming that every time you go into battle with the ship.
The USS Bicuspid.
Once again. Bicuspid, we meet again!
No, the Vaunt Master Dude is the Dreadnought, which is much bigger than the battleship.
Iconia is going to be very jealous. Yes.
Oh no!
Yep. Seems to happen every time I'm on stream, and only when I'm on stream, which makes me think it's a red shirt problem, because I hardly ever use red shirt.
Yes, this will be coming to the Infinity Lockbox. Do you have the date? Can we say the date?
Well, let's see. I'm announcing it this week, which means it's coming next week. So that's either can you announce the date? Do you know the date? It's either the 16th or the 18th, but I don't know. Here, we wanted to talk a little bit about the recolored phasers here.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to talk about that, so I'm giving you a segue to talk about that, Jeremy.
Oh, thanks. I was looking something up. This is we did include special phasers. It's a 32nd century ship for a not Federation ship, so we couldn't just reasonably reuse the Federation phasers that we already had. So this is kind of along the same lines as the Titan Raider, in that we just took standard existing weapons and changed their color. It's technically unique weapons, but these are not going to be made available anywhere else. Same as we did with the Titan Raider. But I know that last time we got a lot of questions about that, in terms of like, well, why aren't they being made available? I like these. Let me get new ones. I am hearing that, and that's actually why I did it. I know it's kind of... Sometimes game designers
follow up on that. Yeah, please.
You know, game designers can be real jerks sometimes. And I use you as experimental guinea pigs. Thank you. You're welcome.
I was going to say, if you're looking for a place for those to become available, may I recommend a deal store in these trying times?
Yeah. So that's kind of what we're doing here. I'm doing is testing the waters to see the general interest and appeal in just new colors of existing stuff, and to see whether or not we could possibly do something kind of like the Vanity Shield Dilithium promo, where we put new sets of recolored weapons up for sale. I know that there's a lot of players out there that have been asking for essentially what amounts to vanity weapons, which is, to do that correctly, is an enormous tech ask.
Yeah,
that I don't think
we can't do the champions thing.
But offering you a way to just buy upgradable recolors of existing weapons is something we could potentially consider, and so that's what I did with the Titan, and that's what I'm doing with this ship, is kind of testing the waters, see how much interest there is.
Yeah. Is this Microsoft Flight Simulator in space? Yes, thank you. Welcome to the stream. We are now, as you can see, flying over Paris.
Paris has changed. Who invited the Kazons?
Somebody posted hashtag STO Blacklist. Does that mean we're in a show with Ultron? You know, because he did that show, The Blacklist. I forgot his real name. The guy who played Ultron. Come on,
this reference has missed me. It's gone over or under my head. I'm unsure which.
Bloodleaf WoW wants to know if we got the name for the ship from CBS, or was there ever any plans of using the United Earth Space Probe Agency name? I'm not sure what that's from, or if it was in the episode.
So they called it actually EDF, I believe, in their concept art. But then on screen, every time they referred to United Earth was UEDF, like in the script. So they referred to it as United Earth Defense Force. But then so originally we were calling it EDF internally, which is just Earth Defense Force. But everything, like I said, on screen was United Earth Defense Force. So we decided to go with the on-screen name for it.
There's a... sorry, go ahead.
It's just United Earth Defense Force vessel. I didn't actually want to name it a warship, even though that's what kind of its bones are built upon, as a warship class, because that just didn't fit with what they were doing in the show. It was a defense vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we ever make a mirror version, maybe we'll call it a warship.
Oh, United Earth Space, whatever. USPA was what Starfleet was called in the
Ah, okay.
in TOS. Yeah. So it's a Discovery ship. We didn't take inspiration from TOS. We just looked to Discovery.
Yeah.
To answer the question.
All right. Well, I'm going to show off the console because I really like it. I'm going to zoom in really close on the
out?
ship. I'm going to zoom in really close on the ship so you can see it. I'm sorry. I should have zoomed out.
Yeah.
Way out. So tell us a little bit about this console and what it does, Jeremy.
This is the Mobile Defense Net. So this ship was this console was very much inspired by the fact that all the ship did on screen was the United Earth Defense Force had shown that they were very big into shield technology. They had actually erected a planet-wide defense net of shields. So we kind of took inspiration from that technology and attached it to the ship. So this is a shield area that is attached to your ship, but it's offset. So kind of like you're at the front of the bubble, and you kind of drag it with you as you go. And you and every other ally that's inside of that gets massive shield bonuses. There's like shield regeneration, automated distribution, shield hardness, just really, really good shields if you're within the bubble.
So basically, if you're playing like Kobayashi Maru and you see somebody drop that, fly into the D20 as fast as you can.
Yeah. Especially in the Kobayashi Maru, if you're flying this ship, try to get the Kobayashi Maru inside the shield. I know it won't want to stay, but do your best.
What's one funny to me is every time someone on Facebook chat says I'm only reading Twitch chat, I always call them out on the stream, and yet still every week they're like, you're only reading Twitch chat. Hosea Taylor, I am reading Facebook chat. But
gotcha. So yeah, this is a actually. Can you activate it again and this time do zoom in because there is an animation. That's
absolutely. Let me just.
The console can be used on any ship, but if you use it on this one, there's a special animation that plays.
Woo! We got our shield up.
Yeah.
Did we come up with that, or was that in the show?
The animation actually wasn't in the show at all. And the concept art that we were given just showed static images of this is what it looks like down and this is what it looks like up. So the transition between the two is something that Weston invented himself.
Nice.
He actually noticed that in the up image, the pods got reversed. So he had to figure out a way to make those get into position quickly.
Thank God for Weston.
Yeah. Yeah, ultimate elephant mode. You got it.
Augie, no, you cannot have dev commands. We know what you would do with them. YouTube video of Augie breaks everything. Yeah, just has created the most powerful ship in creation. No one can stop him now.
The shield does for you if you're the one activating it. It does limit your maneuverability. That's for two reasons. One is so that it has a payoff, but also so it has a give and take. But the other is actually so that your friends can get into it. Because if you're zipping around like a crazy man with a shield attached to you, well, that doesn't look good, for one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't. But also, your friends can't get into it if you're moving too quickly. So activating the shield does it caps your turn rate and movement speed. But you can also turn it off prematurely. If you activate it and then combat ends and now you're stuck with this thing and you want to get to the next fight, just turn it off. You can toggle it off.
Duncan says, Kazons are like, sir, we're being attacked by a modern art installation.
Well, this actually, flying next to the Kazon carrier is a good indication of its size. That's a really big ship. So
yeah. Dan PMK wants to know if you can activate this console at the same time as the the Bowel Sentry Mode console.
I don't think so, but I don't know for certain. Actually, yeah, I believe you can, because the animation only exists on this ship, so many of the restrictions are only on this ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you should be able to.
So you created just
it's on an offset shield though. You won't be at the middle of it, so it'll actually look a little funky.
Yeah, it'll protect the ships behind you.
Yeah.
Are there special animations for warping? I don't think so. I think the ship just warps out normally.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no other animated stances for this, as far as I know.
Dickie Carlisle, while I appreciate the anti-boohoo commenting sentiment, please don't attack and start fights in the Facebook chat. It's okay. We're big boys. We can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Some days I absolutely cannot.
To answer Wraith Shadow, did we adjust the shield visuals? We actually found that we cannot do that very easily. They're just not set up in a way that adjust very easily. So we did the best we can. The bubble for this ship is a little off, but that's going to be the case for any vertical ships.
Yeah. A lot of systems in our game weren't designed for vertical ships because we're so used to traditional Starfleet designs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we do the best we can, and we did some back and forth like tuning, but it's not going to be perfect on this ship. It's too weird.
Jeffrey Morgan says in the show, I thought these were space stations. Honestly, me too. I was surprised when they started moving in the show. But
they do move in the show.
Yeah, this is moving at about the speed and turnability that I would expect from what we saw in the show, though. Mm-hmm. It's a nice lumbery ship. A couple of people have joined late and asked what the name of the United Earth Defense Force vessel is. So it's the United Earth Defense Force vessel.
Mm-hmm. You got it. Defense Force vessel.
Yeah.
I've actually, it's funny, and I kind of expected this to happen, but different people are leaving out different words.
I know.
I've seen United Defense Force Vessel, Earth Defense Force Vessel, United Earth Defense Vessel. So it's long. There's a bunch to it. UEDF.
People pointed out the kitty in the background. You were having a rare treat. This is Duella. He is the skittiest of the kitties, although I did get to pet him the other day because he was very tired.
Mm. So we've shown the console. Can you fire it again? Actually, just to give the people at home a treat if they're late to joining us.
In case you haven't seen how big this thing is,
it's huge.
It's gigantic, ginormous. Which I know there's a lot of thoughts about effect spam in this game, and it will be another giant thing on the battlefield. But because it's a big signal of fly here to get better protection, I think that's okay for this one.
Some players may be aware of the bloom issue that we had on New Romulus. The same actual graphics issue that was causing that also caused this internally to bloom out.
Oh yeah, it was so bloomy.
It was just white. It was just a white polyhedron.
Behold the D20 of doom.
I remember I saw that because I was just making sure everything was functioning last pass, and then I talked to the effects artist like, it's not supposed to look like this, right?
Okay, so let me hop out of combat here so people can see like the trade and the console stats. Mm-hmm. Ooh, here's another thing we will never allow any of you to do.
I totally forgot to mention when I was talking about the weapons, they're a recolor of the Vaadwaur Polaron visuals that I've always loved. So having a chance to bring those back in a new way.
All right, so the trait is another shield boost. So this is definitely a tanky ship for tanky people.
Yeah, for shield tanks in particular, which I understand if you fight the Borg, you're like, nah. But there are other critters in the game, I promise.
Yeah. Pirate Scum Gaming, your caps lock key is broken. I don't know if you know. Sorry, please continue, Jeremy.
No, I was pretty much done. So, yes, it's a shield tanky ship, which is actually... I'm really glad that we got the opportunity to do this because so many of we made an early design decision to say that the 32nd Century Federation ships didn't focus on shields as much, like they were all hull-based and regeneration-based. So having a chance to do a ship from Discovery that isn't Federation gave us this opportunity to design a shield tanky ship. And yes, a few people in the chat have already noticed this is probably the first time we're actually doing this in a widely available way that you can become immune to shield drains.
Oh, Borg is going to be so much fun now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just have to continue calling out. Jorge El Nieves. No, I do read the comments.
Gotcha.
Should have named it a heavy defensive ship. That's an interesting idea, but United Earth Defense heavy defensive ship is probably a bit long. But I like your thought process.
We'll just throw like 30 or so words into a bucket, shake it up, and name it whatever pours out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the interlaced emitters are based on shield healing. Whenever you activate it, you get a number of shield buffs, shield hardness, shield automated redistribution, and yes, immunity to shield drains. Briefly, I think if I remember correct, it's like 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey Sutherland, sorry, this is totally off topic, but just asked if the KDF ship voice will ever make a return. Has it still not? Please tell me if that's still not working. We recorded all new Klingon computer sounds by Jason Charles Miller, and they're great, and I don't know why they're not in game, so if it's not there, I really need to go bother someone again. Sorry. David McGaw, it was good seeing you on PS4 yesterday, too. All right.
And we were working with Jason Charles Miller.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
He is so cool. He wrote the Mary Chief Post song, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't know we got his voice in the game, too.
Yeah, he's apparently in the game a bunch, actually. It was really
I know
funny
he
when I
used to
caught
be,
that
yeah.
about the song. He was like, "Oh yeah, I was just talking to Michael Henry about the game." All right, so we've talked about a lot about what the console does, but here's the stats in case you want it.
Along with its passives, which are also shield focused. It is the T-posing ship.
Yes, the United First Defense T-pose. Someone said the UED. Have you checked this with Blizzard? It's the UEDF, so you're fine.
Right.
Lowlife Cat wants to know if shield healing from overwhelm emitters counts as a bridge officer activated shield heal.
Good question. I don't actually know offhand. I could see it going either way.
Yeah. All right, cool. It sounds like those KDF things are not working. I am going to rattle some cages again.
Is there an uptime or cooldown on the trait? No. Every time you activate a shield healing bridge officer ability, the target of that shield heal will gain this benefit. If they're already benefiting from it, it refreshes the duration.
Oh, damn. That's really cool. So you could really build around shield healing abilities and become immune to shield drain forever? If you can find a way?
Extent,
yeah.
If you really micromanaged it to line up that 6-second window, then maybe. But there's only, off the top of my head, I can only think of like 4 or 5 different shield healing bridge officer abilities. There's probably a few more than that, but I don't think there's enough to do it nonstop.
Yeah.
But if there are, more power to you.
James Zhao, I think, is asking when the Orion ship is coming out, which we can't talk about upcoming content, but he shortened it to when is the Ori ship coming out, so now I have to make a bunch of Stargate references. Hallowed are the Ori. Nevshake90 wants to know if shield tanking is a viable way to tank. We'll find out with this ship. I have a feeling that some folks like Augie will have an answer for you in about, about next week sometime.
So it's something, I don't know if this is still a valid answer, but generally speaking, yes, unless you're fighting the Borg.
Yeah.
Yeah. And these days, actually, with a few additions like this starship trait, maybe even while fighting the Borg, I don't know. That is something that I kind of was hoping to explore with this starship trait, was to reinstate some amount of shield viability for fighting the Borg.
Augie says he's going to figure it all out tonight. So there you go, folks. You just got to
Good
wait.
luck.
Yep. and Leah Osha says they shield tank with their sticks. So there you go.
Yeah. Shield tanking is for warbirds. Interesting. Maybe one of the singularity powers helping out there.
Yeah. Bodgan Danis says, after you finish all missions, what else can you do in this game? That's an interesting question. There's a couple of different ways that you can... that I can respond to it, that I've seen players playing this game. There are folks who really like our events and the rewards we give out for them, and so those folks generally log on every day and do 1 or 2 things. There are folks who are really here for, the Admiralty and the duty officer systems, and so they'll log in every day and do that and their reputations, personal endeavors. There are folks who just play the missions. We have a part of our community that plays this game who logs on when there's a new update, and then we don't see them for a couple of months until there's another new update, and that's also fine. We're a free-to-play game, so
Yeah. Totally. Which is actually one of the reasons that we also do those events alongside new content is, those people, if they see that there's other things going on, may stick around and play other stuff.
Yeah, we're hoping.
But it's fine. We understood.
Yeah.
We understand how
some
people play our
some
game.
people are. It's your Star Trek theme park. Some people are here for the story. Some people are here for the ships. Some people are here for the costumes. You know.
But it's always here, guys. Anytime you want to log in, except on maintenance days.
John Thompson is complaining that we spent his money on designing this ship, but we didn't design this ship. CBS did, and it's fine. Take a deep breath.
Star Trek.
Yeah, it's canon now, baby. Some people only play for PvP. That's true. There's no, I'm not going to say that.
All 4 of them.
Damn it! I was going to say that, and then I decided not to because I didn't want to get an angry email from somebody. Well, now it's your angry email. Yeah. And for the person who messages me every week, before you message me, I have passed on those ideas you sent me, and when Jonathan gets some more time, he's going to take a closer look at them. So there you go.
So we showed off the trait. We showed off the console. We talked about the weapons. I think we've covered our bases here.
Yeah. Corrupt Castro says, you're not a truly free-to-play game. You got to buy stuff to play. I would counter by pointing you to Augmented Dictator Games videos where he details how to make very effective ship builds in this game without spending a dime. Mm-hmm. Please spend dimes.
Also,
please spend dimes. We like dimes, but
yeah, it lets me buy cat trees.
Mike Taylor, hairstyles from celebrities. So it's just to clear up this conception. It doesn't mean we can't ever have the 32nd Century Burnham hair for players, but when you see a celebrity character in our game, like Michael Burnham, they've actually been designed. Like they've been sculpted from the ground up by our team, by some really, really talented people. And so like the hair, the face, everything about that head area is created as one piece individually. So it's not a hair costume piece that we're putting on them. It doesn't mean we can't ever create that. It just means it's not as easy as saying, now you can use this hair.
Right. And also, if you see it on a celebrity, that doesn't mean it's ready to be... There's always more work that needs to be done to get it ready for players.
K-Bouse is pointing out to me that while this ship is canon, so are Warp Space Lizards and the episode Spock's Brain. And you're right. We should really do an episode about Janeway and Paris's children. I don't know why we haven't.
I think there's a duty officer assignment that at least suggests a follow-up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I actually think that Spock's Brain may have been part of the original inspiration for Hearts and Minds. It's not where it ended up, but I think it was part of the... Because you got a Vulcan scientist doing stuff, crazy stuff.
All right. Somebody asked about fan art. We'll definitely do that, and I can show off any shields y'all would like to see. Let me get out of combat to do that.
Remember not to show the loading screen, though, if you're changing maps.
I'm not changing maps, but also the loading screen is just red alert, so it's okay.
Okay.
I won't be giving away the next 3-week event that is the final event in the event campaign 3 that is made up of several TFOs they've already played. Oh no, I told them things.
No. Now they know everything.
But
we're not going to talk about it.
Nope. All right, I'm going to stick Baul on this because I want to see it.
Of course.
Yeah, and everybody else is going to want to see it too. Okay, that is really nice. Like, of course, the ship is always good with that, but of course, that shield always looks good on ships. But stop shooting me! I'm trying to do a fashion show.
Just do.
Oh, we already announced Battle for Kronos. Oh, we did it on Monday. That's right. Y'all,
what even is time?
It has been a week. Somebody at Solak42 in chat asked me if I was going to use the new stream overlays that someone, I believe it was Solak, wonderfully made for me. And the answer is, I was so deeply touched that they did that, and I desperately want to do it, and my brain keeps forgetting about it until 5 minutes before the stream. That is certainly a look.
Yeah, it's not so much a tooth anymore.
Yeah. Tenados, wants to know where their Eisenberg is. Sooner than you think. Get off me!
Easy -1 destroy.
There we go. Now that is a power y'all will never get to have. Although we discovered, thankfully, that it doesn't affect players.
Yes.
Okay. Any other requests for shields? Disco, somebody asked for. But I want to see the KDF disco. I know that's not what they're asking for, but I really want to see this.
Big elephants on
Now it's Warhammer 40,000. All right, here's Discovery. Nice. Not that much different from the original, but still pretty cool. Someone wants to see the Liquidators. That is definitely a ship the Ferengi would enjoy.
I like this. Like the way that Mo set up the material tiling, the way that it's skinning to this is really nice.
Apparently, I don't even remember what I said because it's been like 5 seconds and my brain is apparently not working like that. But apparently I said we discovered something and in the process offended Nick in chat. I'm sorry, Nick. Okay, I've got a Borg request, a Ferengi request. Let's do Ferengi because I know where that is. Here it is. And then I will go do fan art.
Yuck, Lord Ice.
What did they say?
Medical vanity shield might make it look like a freshly yanked out tooth.
Oh! Well, now I have to know. Oh, we don't have that one, do we? Because somebody's got to update the shield pack for me. Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody!
When is the Pack-led Championship... Oh, Clump Ship lockbox coming. I thought it said the Pack-led Championship, and I was like, is there... I do have the medical one. The medical actually looks pretty cool on this. I was like, is there a Pack-led wrestling league that I was unaware of? Because I need to be aware of that immediately. Let's throw Lucari on there. Ooh, Lucari's interesting.
Kind of makes more support for shield taking. I kind of Zinkethy. I think the Starship trade on this is, if not a must-have, close to. If you're interested in shield tanking.
Yeah. Let's see. KLMG 96, thank you for pointing that out. The Tilly Boff is supposed to be usable on all Federation captains, not just Discovery captains. That was a bug we discovered when we first started testing it, and I thought we had fixed, so I will mention that again to the people who take care of those things. Thank you for letting me know.
If I recall correctly, we may have fixed it in a way that requires you to turn in your Tilly Boff and get a new one that works the new way.
Well, we shouldn't have because I reported it before anyone had one. Because these are the new ones we made for Noah.
Oh, I forgot his name. Yeah, Noah.
Jeez.
I knew you were talking about it. I forgot his name. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We love you, Noah. You know that. Apparently, both of our brains are just... a bunch of people are making elephant jokes, including Hoye, Arthuria, Pendragon, Macaster, which is a dope name.
I'll take it.
Honestly, I want to see the number of elephant ship names y'all can make with this ship. Mm-hmm. Get this ship. I want to see the USS Dumbo. I want to see the USS Barbar. Pachyderm.
Work for
peanuts. I want to see USS Scared of Mice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's actually true. They proved that on Mythbusters. Elephants are scared of mice.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the work for peanuts.
Oh, that too. Can we make the mirror promotion packet account wide, please? Sorry, can't. Decision far above my pay grade. Pay grade. I don't know what a pay grade is. All right, I'm gonna go back to main view.
That's when
so I can.
You cut your hair off after you've let it grow really long, and you.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Pay grade.
All right.
Yes, it's a Trogdor Mortal Kombat shirt.
Yes, and I love it.
So do I.
I discovered it in my closet today, and which is good because I almost bought it yesterday. All right, our first image here is from Alyssa Goodman. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay. Did I forget to put these in the stream like I normally do? Yes.
Can I just say, so there's a lot of people in the Twitch chat anyway talking about the pack-led ships as an option.
Yeah, I love the design about the pack-led ships, especially in the latest episode where you see them, and they're all like birds of prey strapped to other things. It's really cool looking.
So if I remember the original conversation, we saw the first time that they appeared in Lower Decks, and we were like, "That's neat. Maybe we'll think about doing that." They're probably only here for one episode. It's not so big a deal. And then they came back again, and then again.
And you were like, "Crap, we should have done that." Mar Hawkman sends us the second one, which, okay, chat, tell me what ship this is, because he said in the email, I finally managed to make this ship look cool, and I know we have over 600 ships. I've never seen this one before.
I'm having to wait for the stream delay
I know.
to see it. But I can't get my hat in the ring.
Looney Welsh says, and then Trondor comes in the night!
Oh, yeah, Malon.
Malon cruiser. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I assume when that ship came out, everybody called it the Melon Cruiser. I assume.
I think they just called it like the gas bucket or garbage cow. Like
I meant it should be hauled away as garbage.
Yeah. Like do you see the little gas clouds on the bottom of it?
Oh yeah.
It's always spewing, like looks like it's leaking. It's an acquired taste.
Yeah. And finally, Trexpert sent us this dope shot, and somebody up above was asking about when we will be adding an option to remove console UI. I hope soon. It was a task that was put on one of our programmers, Travis, ages ago, and it's unfortunately a bit low priority, so it has been missed. He just hasn't had time, but we'll try.
How do you even take it? Oh, it's probably just the share button, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a console.
I mean, I've seen
people.
I've seen people take pictures with their cell phones and send it to us before too.
Yeah, that's probably how I do it, honestly.
Doug in Idaho
I'm an old man. I don't understand technology.
Doug in Idaho says Travis is a busy man. You have no idea. 9 times out of 10, when y'all find something that's broken, we have to ask Travis. All right.
The bridge officers and the boost packs are intended to be unique to the people that boost them. So I don't think that those are going to become available elsewhere. At least not the identical ones that you got from those packs. There's something about them that you're after for another character. Maybe that's a request that we could consider.
Yeah. Cthulhu had a question that I didn't know the answer to, but you might. So apparently the Nukara rep environment suits give a set bonus to your bridge officers, but right now that set bonus is only activatable in a hazardous environment. Do we have any plans to work on or fix that?
I don't think so. I think the way that we'd be more likely to address that is kind of like we did with the Discovery reputation, where there's both an EV suit version and an armor version.
Yeah.
And then you can pick which one you want to get and equip. I know that doesn't exist currently for the Tholian stuff, but we had to make some decisions when making this feature of how to manage the slot swapping, and we wanted to make sure that it wasn't a burden, that it was easy to use, automated, not something that you needed to micromanage or have to set up for each one of your bridge officers individually or anything like that. So, yeah, a few edge cases of functionality like this one did get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
But we'll be looking into ways to bring back something similar, if not the exact same thing.
I have to call out Augie. Augie has done the thing that I always tell people not to do. He reported a bug without any details on the bug. Augie, what are we supposed to do with that, man? You know we need more than that.
Have you fixed the bug?
Evil Mark 443 wants to know if they can get an option to buy additional boosts just beyond the one that comes in the bundle. We talked about that for a while. If it's something that a lot of people want, let me know, because that's something that I think our folks here would enjoy doing.
I'm sorry, can't do that, Mike. I'll never stop stopping.
The funny thing is they couldn't hear me. I muted myself when I said that, so you're just responding to nothing.
Oh, you muted yourself on the stream? I only heard that on Discord?
Uh-huh.
Oh, shucks. I look like a dork.
Passionate Soul, thank you for asking that question. If people are still hanging in the early part of Measure of Morality, please let me know. We tried to fix it today, and we tried to replicate it today, and couldn't on Holodeck on our live server. But if people... So we think it might have been fixed, but if people are... Jeremy, help me out. If people are still experiencing it, please let us know. Okay, so...
I helped a lot.
Yeah. Okay, that does sound like a problem. So apparently the Nova's trait is persisting on players even after a map move, even after you unequip the trait. you will still have the bonuses from the trait, and can effectively have a 7th trait.
Yeah, that's still on my whiteboard to look at, but I did look at it before, and I'm sorry. I've been a little scattered. I just moved. I don't know if people noticed. So a lot of my intellectual energy has gone toward that instead of looking into bugs. So,
Yeah.
but I do remember looking at
sure.
the Nova, and I want to say that it's not that big a deal, maybe? But it's still on my whiteboard, so it's not being ignored.
Cthulhu, I know you can read my lips, but can you read my lips? The newest experimental weapon is broke. See, we just talked about this. Tell me how it broke.
So the Gatling emitter, when it first came out, had a bug where during its 3-second spin up, you couldn't activate any other powers. But we did fix that, and I think the fix for it went out this week.
Yeah.
So if you haven't tried it again, and if that's the bug that you're talking about, should be all good now.
Yeah. Looney Welsh, I don't have a rough time frame on when previously cut missions that needed to be remastered will be returning. It's something we want to do. It's something there may be time to do in the coming year, but I just don't know. I appreciate you saying we'll take it with a grain of salt and we'll consider it an official time frame, and you might, but people take these streams and summarize them on Reddit and the forums, and so they'll take what I said and cut it down to just the relevant bits, and then people will take just the relevant bits and cut it down to like just 3 words, and then repeat that as gospel for 20 years. So,
Yeah.
okay,
I'm aware of the Breen issue. It's kind of a weird one because that data doesn't technically exist anywhere except on your characters if you have the old Breen Bridge Officer. So it's kind of a tricky one for us to fix on our side of things. But I am aware of it, and I think we should look into it.
Yeah. All right. Well, folks, this has been awesome. I have to let Jeremy go, and I have to go. But thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you guys have fun with your elephant tooth when it comes out tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week.
USS Ivory.
Yeah. Arcane Flame Pony says what Mike says is gospel. Got it. Yes.
Oh, actually, I've been saying USS this whole time. It has no prefix. It's not a Federation ship.
It has a
which also
prefix.
means- does it?
UES.
UES. Aha, see? I did a thing, and I forgot about it. So yeah, it comes with the UES prefix.
Apparently, the experimental weapon is shooting ships that are keeps shooting ships that are dead.
That's fine.
Yeah. No, it's not fine, Jeremy. Jeremy, no.
Sounds fine.
Yes, somebody does need to name this ship the UES. Well, the 32nd century Forest Ring ship, how will that be released was the question, although they phrase it in the most antagonistic way possible. We don't have that ship on the schedule or plans for how we're going to release it yet. So, there you go.
There are some of us on the dev team that really want it to be in the game and want to find a way to make it work, and there are others that are
Less
pleading and
enthused.
begging, please God, no.
I want it. I want that ship. I think it's cool as hell. But
Yeah, I'm in the no camp, but I got to do what others want eventually.
yeah.
I don't have the power to just veto something like that.
Bear805 is the issue causing some players to crash with the character screen. We thought we'd fixed that. It appears we haven't, so we are diving into to search some more for what could be the issue. There will eventually be an advanced elite version of Operation Wolf Standardly. We just usually release the normal version first and then release the advanced elite later. So there you go. Cool. All right. Well, thanks, folks. And Warshell 6520, when's the next promo lockbox for console? I believe you mean, if you mean the Infinity lockbox update that came out yesterday, it came out yesterday. If you mean something else, I'm sorry. But anyway, I have to go. I must leave. What is God needed with a tooth starship? Oh yeah, he lost one in a hockey game. That's great. All right. Love you all. We will talk to you.